fight coming up. What they paid the money to see, and is already heating up as the flag of the Philippines is being waved in the ring here at the Thomas & Mack Center in Las Vegas. Morales, Pacquiao, one more time. Let's go over what happened last time.
All right, the first fight, many thought that Morales might have been past his best when he went in the first time against Manny Pacquiao. And of course, Pacquiao, having had beaten Marco Antonio Barrera, was very confident that he was going to handle Morales. It was a tremendous fight, and it was, from the very beginning, it was a tremendous fight. Pacquiao coming forward, as you can see, showing that great hand speed that he has. And Morales, though, was ready for it and wanted to fight. That was obvious right there in the first round. But I think we could see right then we were going to see something very special. By the fifth round, Morales was in command, and he was at a point where he cut Pacquiao. This was a critical moment in the fight because Pacquiao was clearly bothered by it. Did not necessarily handle it well. Then Morales wanted to follow up on that. Came forward, but Pacquiao, while perhaps not fighting his best, still was a dangerous opponent at all times. It came down to that last round. Morales surprised us by turning southpaw, which you see. And he wanted to still duke it out with Pacquiao. It was a tremendous, tremendous moment. High drama at the MGM Grand as the fight wound down.
There's the weigh-in. Manny Pacquiao, Erik Morales. Erik, last time out, made a mistake and tried to go up to 135. That didn't work so hot.
No, he was sluggish. He obviously was soft. He was slow. He wasn't a 135-pounder that night.
Morales is now 29 years old. Pacquiao's 27. Height advantage, and this will go to Morales, and the reach advantage.
I can't think of any place in the world I'd rather be than right where I am right now.
And right with you two gentlemen, too.
Here's the rules, guys. Unified rules here in Las Vegas, Nevada. 3 judges, 10-point system, no standing 8 count. The 3 knockdown rule is not in effect. Cannot be saved by the bell in any round. Only the referee can stop the fight. If there's an accidental foul, scorecards after round 4. I'm Massengale, working with Rich Marotta and Mario Lopez. It's a pleasure to be here. And here comes the champion, El Terrible.
Terrible is looking very focused, has that eye of the tiger, and is 1-0 coming off of losses.
The crowd erupts as the pride of an entire nation, and especially Tijuana Zona Norte enters the ring.
My bordering neighborhood where I'm from.
Tijuana Zona Norte.
Now Manny is going to be entering to a song that he rapped to and he sang in his native Philippines. And he actually had some help producing it from one of the Black Eyed Peas, who is also of Filipino descent.
Yes, last year he was a movie star, now he's a music idol as well.
Yeah, he takes advantage of all of the outlets.
Here comes the Pac-Man.
looking much more serious coming down the aisle this time than he did last year when he was waving and smiling to his fans.
You know, I had the pleasure of watching him train and be in his camp, and he had a very strong, solid camp, very focused. He looked sharp.
No distractions this time, folks. Had some problems with his promoter. That's been cleared up.
And I'll go out on a limb and say if he doesn't beat Morales this time, he'll never beat him. Couldn't have a more solid camp.
There was also
they may never want to fight again.
Well, there was a lot of chaos around his training camp last year. And there was chaos in his corner last year. Freddie Roach was constantly having to tell the people around there, calm down, calm down.
I remember that.
And none of that is going to be in existence here tonight.
Go to Michael Buffer for the announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, Wynn Las Vegas is proud to welcome you to the Thomas and Mack Center, Las Vegas, Nevada, where tonight, Bob Arum's Top Rank Incorporated is proud to present the main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing in the super featherweight division. On the line, the WBC International title. This contest is sponsored by your undisputed champion, the King of Beers, Budweiser, and sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission Chairman Skip Avancino Jr., Executive Director Mark Ratner. At ringside, the 3 judges scoring this contest on the 10-point system will be Dave Moretti, Jerry Roth, and Paul Smith. And when the bell rings, the man in charge of the action inside the ring, referee Kenny Bayless. And now, for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, courtesy of Wynn Las Vegas, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing white with flames, official weight 128 1/2 pounds. Professional record, 40 victories, including 31 knockouts with only 3 defeats and 2 draws. From General Santos City, Philippines, the 2-time world champion, Manny Pacquiao. His opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing white with black. Official weight, 130 pounds. Professional record, 48 victories, including 34 knockouts, with only 3 defeats. Damas y caballeros de la zona norte, Tijuana, Mexico, the 3-time world champion, Erik El Terrible
Takes Erik a little while longer to get over to the center ring for final instructions from Kenny Bayless.
Okay, gentlemen. Any punches thrown in this area we consider the clean punch. Any punches on the upper half thrown in this area will be clean. Now, gentlemen, we went over the rules in the dressing room. I want you to keep the fight clean at all times, protect yourself at all times, and what I say you must obey. Touch gloves. Good luck. Let us roll.
One thing we haven't mentioned, last year there was the big dispute over the gloves. Manny Pacquiao felt that he was forced to wear winning gloves, which reduced his effectiveness. He is wearing his more favored Reyes gloves, which he feels is a puncher's glove, which will increase his chances tonight.
Oh, and Manny waiting to get out of the gates.
Yeah, he'll come running right across, folks.
Fireworks from round 1.
Well,
Scheduled for 12.
He'll run into a great fighter right across the ring from him.
Both fighters wearing white trunks, but it shouldn't be too hard to tell them apart. Erik Morales on the left side of your screen, Manny Pacquiao, the pride of the Philippines. the southpaw. Manny's got the flames on his trunks near the bottom.
And we're seeing a much more fit, much more solid Morales than was the case last we saw him against Rahim.
He was trying to do something that never been done, is win 4 different weight classes from Mexico. He's tied Julio Cesar Chavez with championships in 3 different weight classes. One of the great talents of our time, Erik Morales. And Manny Pacquiao, one of the most exciting boxers of any time.
And very composed the way Manny's coming out. Surprised to see the discipline this early with the energy.
Both fighters came in tonight at 140 pounds.
The difference is that Erik Morales actually looks completely different than he did yesterday at the weigh-in. When, you know, he just looks like death at those weigh-ins when he has to get down to weight. And he looks so much better and so much more himself when he gets into that ring.
You know, what they worked on in camp, I know Freddie Roach was working with Manny to use his right hand a lot more in the fight. He's jabbing a lot more. Before it was a lot of jab, jab, left, jab, jab, left. They want him to really utilize that right more often.
This place is absolutely electric. Filled to the rafters.
Pacquiao beginning now to start to put some punches together. His speed of hand should give him an edge in that department over Morales.
Much more reserved than we usually see Manny come out. Indeed, working the right hand, trying to throw punches to the body. Right hand over the top for Pacquiao. Morales boring forward. Oh, good combination from Morales. Pacquiao's in trouble. Steps out of it, acknowledges, shakes his head.
Boy, straight punches from Morales.
Woo! All it took was the first really good punch from Pacquiao, and Erik just doesn't like that. He refuses to be hit hard.
He just got hit hard 3 times.
You know, another thing he worked on was a lot more of a body attack, which he was going to a little bit earlier. Let's hope Pacquiao, I should say, sticks to his plan.
Oh, it started slow, but it's right where it was a year ago already. What a fast round, lightning fast. It speaks for itself.
And in Morales' corner.
No bajes tu guardia. No bajes tu guardia para nada. Tienes que balancearte con tu guardia arriba. Échame la toalla.
Keep your head moving. Don't let it stop moving for nothing. Keep up with the jab, counter.
All right, there you see Morales coming in, forcing Pacquiao to give ground. That good right hand that hurt Pacquiao in the round. Pacquiao was backed up into the ropes and appeared to be in trouble there for a few moments. It started with a big right hand by Morales. Actually, it started with a big right hand by Pacquiao, and Morales decided, I'm coming right back.
Body works really well. Keep to the body.
Freddie Roach encouraging that body work. Other than the strong combination Morales unleashed towards the end of the round, I like the body work and the counter hooks Pacquiao was throwing in the first.
Round 2 scheduled for 12. Manny Pacquiao on the left side of your screen.
And you saw in the corner, a different corner for Erik Morales this time. Remember, his father had always been in his corner. He replaced his father for this fight with Jose Luis Lopez. And so that's why there's some question as to how Erik might react tonight in a different situation. But it's a different set of cornermen that he has here this evening.
And it's a different corner for Pacquiao as well compared to the chaos we saw last time. Counter punching from Pacquiao to the body. That stung a little bit. Erik says, bring it on. Erik has a tendency, when he gets riled up, he wants to get into a war. He'll take it.
Well, he was also saying, keep him up, because he felt he got hit low.
And we mentioned the change in corners for Morales. He also changed training camps. He normally trains high up in the mountains in Mexico. He trained his locale. He changed his locale for this fight to a different training location. So after the disappointment of the Zahir Rahim excursion into the lightweight ranks, he really changed up.
Yeah, that was a disappointing loss and a bad loss for him. He's back at 130 now.
Nice hard shot by Pacquiao.
Yep.
And this crowd reacting to
another
every
hard
blow
shot to the
thrown.
face for Pacquiao. Morales is countering now. Now up against the ropes. This is Pacquiao's type of fight. And Morales is agreeing to do it as well.
Yeah, because Morales can fight this fight too. But against Pacquiao, he's going into a guy who's got tremendous firepower.
Morales, naturally the bigger man, and has to deal with the unorthodox southpaw style.
One thing remember though, is Pacquiao now has been...
Oh! Left hand, Morales.
Big left hand for Morales.
I don't know how he stayed up.
Morales has the heart of a lion.
Back comes Morales.
Only Marco Antonio Barrera had ever put Morales down, but Morales was very close there.
And even then, Rich, I remember that was a controversial drop to the canvas. That was a big left hand from Pacquiao. Really got the crowd with speed here.
It's furious. It's furious inside that ring. Everybody's standing. Final 10 seconds of round 2 when Morales almost went down.
Oh, and a huge right hook.
Right hand for Morales right at the end.
Wonderful round. Big scoring round for Manny Pacquiao.
Well, that was a rare sight. That was an Erik Morales truly hurt.
Watch your balance, okay?
All right, let's take a look at it. You're going to see a big shot from Manny Pacquiao. He got hit, first of all, by Morales. Drove him back into the ropes. Morales, after a pretty good first round, but then, well, here you see Morales again backing up Pacquiao. But the big punch of the round was scored by Pacquiao. There it is, the beautiful left cross that sent Morales staggering across the ring.
And I got to tell you, if those ropes weren't there, Rich, I think he goes down. No sense of panic in the corner of Morales. Obviously, consummate professional.
Round 3. These two didn't come in here to play patty cake tonight at all.
I got to remember to breathe, man.
I know.
I'm holding on to my heart here.
Everybody else is too.
You know the thing with Pacquiao, Rich, is that he's obviously got an unorthodox style, but he always seems to be a little off balance. So when he gets hit, it seems like it has a greater effect because his body physically moves so much once he gets hit. And it doesn't necessarily mean he's as hurt as he is.
No, and he sometimes, of course, he works that to his advantage too by giving you some different angles. Now Morales is coming back.
Answering with great counter punches.
Right on the chin. Morales, I mean, he's one of the best you've ever seen. Just because he gets staggered.
Oh, he's as tough as they come.
He's never anybody tougher. Guarantee you that. Round 3, folks. Rounds will be flying by. I don't think anybody inside that ring is thinking about 12 rounds.
And you know, Alan, to add to that, as tough as they come and with world-class ability, sometimes they don't go hand in hand.
And Manny Pacquiao's a pretty tough customer himself. Here he comes on the attack.
That was a lightning-like left by Pacquiao that was really sharp and crashed into Morales' face.
Morales on the attack. Pacquiao looking to Kenny Bayless for some relief. Not gonna find it there. Now they meet in the center of the ring. Left jab from Morales. Another jab.
Morales shooting that jab like a laser, really being accurate with it tonight. Pacquiao stalking.
In the corner. Under 1 minute in the third round. Uppercut from Morales and a combination to the head. Pacquiao covering up, and then he says, bring it on.
Hey, these two guys want to fight.
These two are warriors. This is as close as you're going to get to gladiators.
Look at Morales throw his hands down and say, is that all you got? Pacquiao coming back. A lot of time left. I tell you what, if you don't like this matchup, you need to find another sport to watch.
It doesn't get better than this. And I'll tell you another thing. Pacquiao can do this all night. And Morales looks like he's in great shape, so we're in for a fun fight.
Final seconds, round 3.
Both fighters trying to close out the round big.
Tell you what, if you go by Corrales against Castillo and Morales against Pacquiao, Bob Arum against Gary Shaw makes for pretty good fights.
That's it.
No dejes la iniciativa a él.
Don't let him get off on his punches.
Que él no te lleve a ti, que tú lo lleves a él.
You don't bring it to him.
¿Sí? Llaveando y tranquilo.
Well, let's take a look at the action in round 3. Good crisp right by Morales, but Pacquiao that time countered very well with an overhand left of his own. Look at the stiff jab that Morales possesses. That is a terrific offensive weapon.
Round 4. The place is electric at Thomas & Mack. Two great warriors putting on a show through 3 rounds. Give and take on both sides. Round 4. I'm surprised people sat back down.
After 3 rounds, I have Manny strong, very much ahead. I think he's bringing the fight. I think he's being very aggressive, and he's landed the more telling blows.
Nice combination there for Pacquiao.
Case in point. I think Morales has done great with some counter punches, but not enough to steal the rounds in my eyes.
I thought by this time in their first fight that Morales was already taking control of the fight, taking control of the style of the fight.
Nice left hand from Morales. Pacquiao firing jabs too, like Freddie Roach was asking to do. Nice sportsmanship there, touching gloves.
Oh yeah, these guys respect each other.
Good combination from the Mexican.
Pacquiao showing more movement in this fight too, and changing up with his attack, not just throwing his right jab and following it with the big left. He was kind of predictable in that last fight as that last fight evolved.
No, you're right, Rich. Everything was a jab, jab, left. Jab, jab, left. Showing the full arsenal of attack tonight. Nice
beautiful jab by Morales. Wow.
Morales is awesome with his skills. And Pacquiao has never looked better. Both fighters at the top level of their game tonight. Oh, uppercut. Both love to fight. They love it. Both born to fight.
Hard shots by both fighters. I don't know if this one can go in the distance, gentlemen. I know we've got warriors on our hands, but exchanging bombs like this,
it's still early.
And neither of these two is the kind that'll submit, though.
Nice counter from Morales. Constant action from both fighters. Pacquiao up on his toes a little more. Good movement, final 10 seconds. Oh, good combination at the end for Morales. He's really accurate tonight.
Very accurate.
Morales very sharp in that last round. There you see him doubling up on the jab. Pacquiao saying no, it was nothing, but really his jab was something in that last round. There you see it again. Beautiful work by Erik Morales with his jab in that last round. I thought it was enough to win him the round. There he's actually backing Pacquiao up. You saw in the corner, very calm Freddie Roach. Now over to Erik Morales.
You know, Rich, you point out that jab, and if Morales sticks to that, it's going to be a difficult, long night for Pacquiao to break through that barrier.
It's exactly what he has to do. We're now round 5. Rounds blazing by, just like the blazing fists of these two brilliant fighters, touching gloves. Boxing at its best.
I get the feeling that, you know, these are two guys that, you know, 20 years from now, if they were up in the same city, they'd say, hey, let's go in the gym and spar around.
Oh, good left hand from Morales. Really snapping Pacquiao. It's that left, that hard charging left from Morales is doing the trick.
Yeah, Pacquiao's going to have to use his power now. Morales is finding a home for the jab, and let me tell you, that's no mean feat against the southpaw.
Oh, and a beautiful left hand from Pacquiao. And Morales took it right on the chin and took it well. Pacquiao refusing to get hurt. He's getting away from his head movement and the body attack that he had in the first couple of rounds, Rich. And that was really working for Manny.
Yeah, if he can't stand himself there and there is showing some movement from the wrist.
Good right hand.
And that's when Morales unleashed the right.
Beautiful counter punching.
Another right hand, Morales. Then a combination, Pacquiao coming back with a flurry, but really hard, accurate punches in this round from Morales. If you let him get off with that right hand, you're in big trouble. Going to the body, Pacquiao. Look at Pacquiao coming back with a flurry, but not that effective. Little footwork problem there for Morales. I tell you what, if you had to invent a perfect boxer, it'd pretty much be like Morales.
Textbook all the way around, Alan. That laser jab is unbelievable tonight.
Plus he has all the intangibles too. I mean, the great heart, the warrior spirit.
The great chin, exactly right.
The only thing I ever complain about with Erik Morales is God gave him too big a nose to be a boxer.
He does have a prominent nose.
But he takes it well.
He takes it.
Pacquiao's coming down.
Could he steal the round?
Oh, that's a good left from Pacquiao. Hard punch. Coming up on 30 seconds left as these rounds fly by. Pacquiao coming back stronger in the end of this round. Another left hand landed there for Pacquiao. What a great heart he has as well. As that left jab from Morales.
I don't know, what are the judges going to do with this round?
I have no idea.
This is a tough round to score, gentlemen.
Puedes soltarle la izquierda, izquierda, izquierda y la derecha, en lugar de hacer arriba, ahora cámbiasela de open.
When you get inside, throw the right, come up with the uppercut, go back to the body.
Taking a look at the hectic action from round number 5. Morales was controlling it with his jab, but then Pacquiao started to come back and landed some big shots, especially that beautiful left cross, which of course is his bread and butter. You see the beginning to get marked up face.
Okay? Manny, back him up with the jab.
Freddie Roach invaluable in the corner because he presents a calm presence in all of the chaos.
All right, seconds, let's go.
This fight is flying by.
Freddie Roach, such a great father figure, partner to Pacquiao. Freddie didn't always get along with his own father. He wanted more out of him as a boxer than Freddie was willing to give or could give. He's telling Pacquiao to work the jab.
Well, he was trained by the great Eddie Futch, Freddie, and then he was an assistant trainer to Eddie Futch, so he learned a lot. And he was really ready when it came time for him to be a head coach.
Right hand from Morales.
Through 5 rounds, I have Erik Morales up by a point. How about you, Mario?
I have Manny Pacquiao up by a point.
Pacquiao coming on. Back, good right hand from Pacquiao.
You know,
Left hand from Pacquiao. Hard punches. Now Manny's unleashing. How about letting your hands go?
You just saw the speed. That's what Pac-Man has. That's
talk
a
about
tough
an intangible.
commodity.
But he seemed to kick it into an extra gear.
Erik can really take a shot.
Manny came out in the 6th round like he was down 5 rounds. Halfway finished, round 6. We'll see who takes the latter part of the round now. We've been seeing these back and forth rounds.
Rich, you know what makes these rounds so difficult to score is Manny will connect with a hard shot, but then Morales, hurt or not, answers with a combination of punches, some that land, some that don't, so it makes it very difficult to figure out who's hurt and who's not.
Morales gets very insulted.
Yes, he's a proud man. What an exchange.
Manny backing up Morales.
Pacquiao's having a brilliant round.
Morales just countered.
Oh, and a huge left hand.
Look at Manny's speed.
That had to be one of the hardest punches Morales has ever been hit with, that left hook.
Manny just let it out this round, folks.
Manny kicked it into another gear.
Right hand from Morales.
Pacquiao didn't like that one. He rubbed at his nose when he ate that leather.
Well, if he keeps his head still, Morales would eat him up with that 1-2 combination, and beautiful attack to the body.
10 seconds coming up. What a round 6 for Pacquiao.
This is Pacquiao's biggest round in the 2 fights with
You're
Morales.
exactly right, Rich. Oh, and saved by the bell, and there's no pun intended there.
All right, let's take a look at Pacquiao's big round. A huge round for Manny, and he did it with both hands. There you see the left and the follow-up right. Later on in the round, the straight left forced Morales to give ground. And then that right near the end of the round, Manny Pacquiao was in complete control. And actually, you said saved by the bell, Mario. He was saved by Kenny Bayless when he ran into Bayless, the referee, from going down. He was going down.
That's twice now, Rich. He's been saved either by the ropes or by the ref. But Morales is a true champion. He will dig deep, and this fight just got extremely interesting.
Round 7.
You know, these fighters have touched gloves before every round. There's a great deal of
I don't
respect
think
going on
Manny
here.
Pacquiao's ever fought a better round in his career. He had everything working in that round, everything. Not just power, but speed and combinations. And Erik Morales is going to have to find a way to counter that round with one of his own. But look at the speed of Pacquiao. A different fighter than the one we saw in the first fight, completely. No distractions, more organized corner, no promoter problems. Manny's digging in, and there comes Morales back over the top. Morales is making Manny go back.
It is absolute pandemonium inside this arena. I don't think I've ever heard anything like what I'm hearing right now in this arena.
This is a sheer-out war. So much pride, so much at stake for these fighters. Countries behind them.
Morales digging in. 2 great champions, 2 great warriors. Pacquiao now on the attack. It ebbs back and forth.
These guys are invading into Castillo Corrales territory now. This is getting unworldly.
Well, we already have a candidate for Fight of the Year.
Morales has been in many of these.
Oh, it's hard for me to contain the excitement here.
Like the first one against Marco Antonio Barrera.
Pacquiao being dedicated to the body.
This is just breathtaking.
Left hand from Manny, but it didn't hurt.
Don't push, Manny.
Manny's speed is impressive. Can't emphasize that enough.
And Rich, to see a war like this with fighters of this caliber is so extremely rare.
1 minute left in a scorching hot round 7. Left hand jab, nice job. Pacquiao back with the combinations.
Pacquiao so fast with his hands inside when they're close.
Manny Pacquiao, when he was 11 years old, living on the streets of Manila, trying to survive. So this is nothing to him. This is just fun. From the poorest of the poor to a man making over $2 million in purse tonight.
Against a man who was born in a gym, grew up in a gym, lived in a gym.
And by the way, extremely poor area of Tijuana, Mexico.
Oh my goodness.
I believe another big round for Manny Pacquiao. You have to keep your legs moving. Keep getting them angles.
Erik looks a little worn down there.
Morales does look a little worn down.
Maybe take a look. Again, that beautiful jab of Morales in the last round. Coming to the fore, you see it again, but Pacquiao answering back with a little right uppercut that surprised Morales.
I gave that round to Morales. Believe it or not.
Well,
because I don't get a vote.
I can believe it.
I don't know what fight you were watching, Alan, but...
All right. Round 8.
Already, round 8.
These rounds are kind of being fought in sections, you know. One guy dominates for 30 seconds, and the next guy for 20, and the other guy for 15, and the other guy for 40.
It's extremely difficult to score.
It's ebb and flow. Morales going to the jab. Manny going to the jab and the combination. Manny's really impressed me with his jab tonight. That has been the big difference.
The jab, the body work, the hooks to the body.
Right hand from Morales. There we go. Manny's speed counters. Pacquiao's added a few dimensions to his game, thanks to Freddie Roach.
Yes, he has, but that still may not be enough to beat Erik Morales.
Because you can't take away that jab that Morales has.
We're in the 8th round, and this is far from decided, folks.
Morales' great fights have been in fights where he's perceived as having a great challenge.
Right hand from Pacquiao, and that hurt. Morales got hurt.
You're right. Morales was playing possum. He was playing possum. He fooled us all, including Pacquiao. That was a scorching right hand Morales threw. Man,
that was a savvy, crafty move. Baiting him in.
There's another dimension to talk about how crafty Morales can be. He just got tagged with the right hand. Let's see if he goes possum again. Countering again. Here we go. I don't know if people believe what they're seeing around here. They're standing with mouths agape. Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. Artistry.
I really thought Morales was hurt.
And you know, if he is, he would never let you show.
Don't play poker with this guy. Manny's speed may be winning this fight for him.
He's putting 2, 3, 4 punches together. Morales' shots are coming one at a time.
30 seconds left and another hot round.
And the combination's coming so fast and so often. It's amazing you can keep up the pace.
Morales with a punch there again, but it's one punch. See, and Pacquiao answers back 3, 4, 5 shots at a time.
Huge, huge punch by Pacquiao.
Now Morales answers. Final 10 seconds. You'll never get a better show, folks. It's not possible.
This is as good as it gets.
You gotta love both of them.
Relax, huwag mong gawin yun. Huwag mong ulitin yun.
Get water over here. He needs water.
No brinques. Más sentadito.
Quit jumping into the punches. Be a little calm. Calm down a little bit. They're telling Morales in his corner.
As we take a look at the action from the last round, and it was red hot, but there's that big right hand. When Morales fooled everybody into thinking he was hurt, and he unleashed those 2 rights and drove Pacquiao off of him. What a shock that was, because it really appeared as though Morales was in deep trouble.
Then Pacquiao answers with big punches of his own.
Freddie Roach, by the way, also had to tell some of the people in his corner there to calm down, which was reminiscent of last year.
The anxiety has to be going on in Freddie Roach's corner.
This is an emotional fight, Alan. The emotion is unbelievable.
Round 9. I don't know if someone had a heart attack or something, but I wouldn't be surprised. There's a commotion up in the stands. They're trying to get some help for somebody, but these 2 fighters don't have any help. It's up to each individual. That's what it makes this such a great sport. Nobody but you. Round 9. I may have a seizure before it's over with.
Oh man, I'll tell you what. She's draining.
It sure is, but you know what? We're in the 9th round. History being made tonight.
I can watch these guys fight all night.
They might.
That was an interesting punch by Pacquiao. He leaned to the right and threw that
He
left
threw
hand.
a lead left hand. You don't see that.
He's making it up as he goes.
He's improvising in his fights.
Well, he has had more in his repertoire tonight. There's no question than he did a year ago.
Well, he knew he was going to need it if he had a chance against Erik Morales.
Pacquiao abandoning the body attack a little bit, which was working so well for him. And at the same token, Morales abandoning the jab.
That one hurt Pacquiao. Pacquiao relaxed for some reason and stopped punching, and Morales took advantage of it.
That lead left. Take your pick.
Nice left hooks, right hooks with Manny. And he's taking Freddie Roach's advice and answering with a lot of hooks. Coming up with a lot of big hooks, which of course is a punch that hurt Morales in the earlier rounds. Morales, one tough hombre.
Oh. Did you ever think it would be Manny Pacquiao with the better combinations? I didn't.
He's surprising a lot of people.
Inside 30 seconds, round 9.
Well, he had to improve.
He did. How much more of that can Morales take?
He's got great willpower, but Pacquiao has great power.
Morales taking a breather. Could fatigue be setting in?
You put some pressure on him.
You know what?
Keep good.
You know what? Okay. Okay. You know what's up? You know what?
Give him some water. Erik asking for more water. They're asking, are you tired? Are you tired? He says, no, I'm fine.
Okay? Yeah, he's okay.
Morales in the early portion of the round pushing forward. That's when Pacquiao, I mentioned, stopped punching for some reason, and he got tagged by Morales. But at the end of the round, it was all Pacquiao all of a sudden. And a beautiful, crisp left hand. Pacquiao showing movement, showing different combinations, showing some angles.
And I'll tell you what, both fighters looked a little winded in the corner, but you can't blame them.
Pacquiao working a double jab. Round 10, we're down to the nitty-gritty of this fight. 3 rounds to go. A new and improved Manny Pacquiao. But will it be enough to beat Erik Morales?
You know, the thing is, in the corner, Morales seemed to be the most calm presence in the entire arena here. I think he probably understands what's going on in there. He's trying to figure out a way to stem this tide if he can.
If there's anybody that can figure it out, it's Morales. That's another one of those intangibles you talk about. He has a great mind for this sport.
Both of these fighters are intelligent fighters. Executing their game plans is another thing. And oh, vicious body attack by Pacquiao.
Morales was getting away from a lot of those punches.
He did a good job with his defense.
The crowd is very excited, of course. They see, but Manny is throwing punches and bunches.
And the judges like active fighters.
Morales does look to be wearing down, but every time I think that, then he surprises me.
Answers with hard combinations.
It would take 2 or 3 minutes to run down the list of all the fighters he's taken on in his career, and you have to wonder at some point, does he actually start wearing down?
Alan, you make an excellent point because he's fought so many hard fights against so many elite fighters and never really shown warrant for wear.
I think he's in a bit of a...
And we thought Morales was going down. Oh, and he does go down. He does go down.
Picking up the count at 8.
Morales, the heart of a champion, not giving up.
Just over a half minute to go. Plenty of time for Pacquiao if he can find the right combination.
Oh, and a beautiful combination.
Down goes Morales.
The fight is over.
Manny Pacquiao has won. Manny Pacquiao has beaten Erik Morales.
Stoppage, Erik Morales.
It is absolutely deafening in here.
Absolute bedlam in here, and you can hear it all the way to the South Pacific. Manny Pacquiao has become the fighter that he needed to be to reach the top. They're gonna do it again, Rich. They're gonna do it again. Are you all right, Rich?
An amazing fight. I think I'll sit down.
Rich just collapsed into his chair.
There's the happy winner. He deserved it. He deserved this victory tonight.
I'd like to see the cards where it stood.
I had, at the time of the fight, after 9 rounds, I had Pacquiao ahead 87-84 by 3 points. And seemingly pulling away. I had given him the last 3 rounds.
They're still looking at Erik over here.
As we mentioned, we thought Erik was wearing down. And Pacquiao just unloaded. Big shots. There's that left to the side of the head that finally dropped Morales. Pacquiao coming forward. Tremendous shot. Great power that Manny has. He always had that power. But as you can see in this fight, Alan, this is a guy who became more than just a powerful fighter. Here's the end of the fight. Kenny Bayless doesn't bother to count. He calls it off. He became a complete fighter. That's what it's all about. A year ago, he was predictable in his fight. He threw some hard punches. He made it close, but he wasn't at his best. He needed to improve, and he did.
He needed more than what he was bringing into the ring to beat a champion of Erik Morales' caliber. He caught Marco Antonio Barrera on a bad night when Marco didn't know what he was in for. Now the whole world knows what they're in for. And the king of the 130-pound division is Manny Pacquiao.
And he's a handful.
And he's a handful when he's got all those weapons he brought in tonight. I mean, the beautiful jab, the speed combinations, he knew what he was doing. Freddie Roach has done a great job with this fighter. He's taken a raw, pure power talent and turned him into a fighter, and albeit even a boxer when he has to be.
Well, he had a guy who not only had the power, but as you mentioned so many times during the course of the telecast tonight, Alan, the speed. So he had that God-given gift. And when you can hone both of those aspects, then you've got something special.
Here's Michael Buffer.
Kenny Bayless steps in and calls a halt to the bout at 2 minutes, 33 seconds of round number 10. The winner by TKO victory, Manny Pacquiao.
You know, as we say in basketball, you can't teach 7 feet, and in boxing, you can't teach speed and power. If you don't have it from God, you ain't gonna get it. But then when you take it, as Rich was saying, and you mold it, and you use your brain, and you turn yourself into the complete machine, my hat's off to Manny Pacquiao, a great guy, and my hat's off to Erik Morales for all the great wars he's fought for us. And Eddie Roach, what a job.
Absolutely, and Freddie's very happy.
I almost called him Eddie Futch because of his trainers. It's Freddie Roach.
I'll say this. Freddie Roach suffers from Parkinson's disease, and he has to fight that on a daily basis. And he still attends to that gym, and he still trains brilliantly. Despite Parkinson's disease, Freddie Roach, magnificent trainer, and he's very happy up there. Even now, though, he's very calm.
There's your recap, Rich.
Early in the fight, it was impossible to tell who was going to win this fight because both men were having their moments. And it was clear, as you could see, that both men wanted to fight. As it went into round number 2, Pacquiao trying to come forward, but Morales exhibiting the power and showing the left jab that was able to set up Pacquiao for some of his power shots. Still, Pacquiao landed an early indicator as to what might happen with that left that staggered Morales badly. Now, as we take a look, 6th round, this is when I feel the fight turned around. I never gave Morales another round after this. I gave Pacquiao the last 4 rounds, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and as you can see, Pacquiao was using that speed. Morales would answer back sporadically, as you're seeing him do here, but his flurries were coming fewer and more far between. And then the thrilling conclusion to the fight, Pacquiao with that left hand sending Morales down, only the 2nd time in his career, the only man beside Barrera to put him down, and Pacquiao went in to prove himself a finisher, and he did it. He finished off Erik Morales.